Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 386.
Hello.
Why did I just pull that weird face? Because I could hear myself back, and it scared me. Because I had
Your
the YouTube link.
Zencaster's-
I had the YouTube link open in the background for our live viewers. So you probably heard that on this week's episode, and that's why I made a weird face on the video version. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. Crash, you're sick. I don't even want to ask how you are. You're not well.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in bed for 3 days. Oh, Fixer, you
Fix gets into whitelist and he's a bully, bro. He turns into a bigger bully as soon as he gets into whitelist. Before he
100%
only used to
giving you
bully
a
Matt,
opinion.
and I was with it. Now he's bullying me. I don't like this.
Crash, what are your symptoms? I will cure them. Let me tell you a home remedy for them.
I don't want none of your home remedies. Fix.
Tell me your symptoms.
No. You'll just make me worse so that you can make fun of me
Tell
again.
me your symptoms.
Struggle breathing, coughing,
Mm.
headaches,
Mm.
chest pain,
Mm.
congestion.
Mm.
That's about it.
Okay. So for the chest pains, I
Yeah.
want you to hang yourself upside down and hold your nose and gargle sore. Okay? That's going to help you.
Got it,
That's
boss
gonna
man.
help you.
Yeah.
That's going to help you for that. For the headaches, I want you to put
Yeah.
your head in a microwave.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't turn it on, but just put it in there. The waves they'll be there still, and it hasn't been cleaned out for about 10 years, that microwave, so it's all icky and dirty inside. That's going to actually help you, from all that pizza you've warmed up in there. Okay, that's the next one. What else did you say? Sore throat?
Yeah.
I need you. I know this is going to sound a little wild. It's going to sound wild. I'm going to need
I don't like this going.
I'm going to need you to get a banana and it needs to go in your mouth,
Oh, okay. That's another Tuesday. I can do that. That's for sure. Yeah.
Anything else?
Headache. You didn't give me a cure for my
I
headache.
did. Microwave. The microwave, we call that. That's the
Oh, that was
microwave
for the
song.
headache.
Yeah. What did you think it was for?
Congestion.
Congestion.
Oh.
that you just need to get some nostril spray and that'll sort you out.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll do all those. If I happen to die during that, is there any sort of guarantee?
Oh, we
on,
have a
like-
severance package here at My Xbox and Me.
Okay,
we
cool,
have
cool,
we have a guarantee that my home remedies will get you through your sickness, or your money back guaranteed, my friend. Money back guaranteed. I love the fact that I keep making Chris laugh so much that he's sicker every
He's
time he
coughing,
does it. I
yeah.
know, it's amazing. I love it. Matt P. Too fresh, Chris. Matt, how are you? You're here this week. What up?
I'm loving the energy this week.
Oh.
It's gonna be a complete shit show, and
We
I'm
wasn't-
hungover as well. So
Yeah,
this is
we weren't
this is
expecting
perfect
you.
energy.
We weren't
Yeah.
Well,
expecting you.
apparently not. I don't know why, but hey, I'm here.
You said that you weren't going to be here this week.
Yeah.
Maybe I probably put 2 and 2 together and went, you shouldn't do it, Matt. You're gonna be hungover as fuck. But here I am.
Here you are indeed, my friend. Here you are indeed. Well, if you don't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, where we give you your home remedies and everything that you need in between. If you want to
just-
get the show
I just wanna
early,
point
go on,
something out.
Hit me.
If you guys are sick and you feel the same stuff I do not do any of Fix's requests.
I'm Dr.
They
Fixer.
will help
They
you.
will help you, I promise. That's a money back guaranteed right here. Money back guaranteed. But they have to be the exact same symptoms that Crash has. The exact to the T. And if you can't prove it, that's where the small print comes in. If you want the show early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. You can find us on all podcast services around the world. There's Podbean and Apple Podcast, and I'm sure there's some Android users out there. You fucking losers. Patreon producers this month: Aaron Guard, FNH Paul. Thank you very much for your continued support, boys. It is the season to be jolly. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. But what that does mean, for those who don't celebrate Christmas, what it means is you start looking forward about your video games. You start thinking, 2022, decent year. We'll decide that in a couple of weeks' time. But what I want to know is, what are some of your most anticipated games for next year and why? Matt, kick us off with your first one. What's number one on that list of yours? Like, Father Christmas can give it to you right now on the 24th. He comes down his chimney. He's big, and he's got a beard, and he's got he's got a gigantic sack that is full to the brim with goodies. What would you want?
It comes with a pinch of salt.
Oh,
and
it
I'm sure
definitely
it's on all
comes.
of our lists. Fuck J.K. Rowling. We all know that. But the answer's Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay.
I need that Harry Potter goodness in my life.
Number one.
And I'm very excited for
That's
it.
the number one most anticipated game.
Well, yeah.
No, me
so.
too.
It's
Me
not-
too. Me too. Me too. 100%. We've been
It's not
through
even on my
this.
list.
We've been through this though.
Oh, really?
Hogwarts Legacy, most anticipated game for me, 100%. Though I say that knowing it could quite easily be a 6. Easily.
That is the concern of it is my most anticipated game, but on sort of my list of anticipated games, it is the one that could definitely be the biggest flop, or not a flop because financially I think it'll do incredibly well, even if it's the worst game that's ever made. But
True.
yeah, it could be an average game.
I
not a
don't
fantastic game.
love what I'm seeing from combat. I don't think that's what's going to get me through that game. I think it will be narrative that gets me from start to finish. It's me being a student and the activities that I get to do outside of combat is what is going to get me. It literally needs to. That is what literally needs to get right. It is the world, and it is these characters that I'm interacting with, and class and things like that. It needs to nail that, because what I've seen so far from combat, I'm not that interested.
I would take it a step farther and say I don't even think the main narrative is that important. I think the school experience is like what they need to really nail. So I think that part of what you said is absolutely correct. It's like, how enjoyable is it going to these classes? How enjoyable is it going to do your plants and customizing whatever they showed off you could customize? How good do those things feel? Because I think if that's bad, even if the combat ends up being decent, even if the narrative ends up being decent, I assume you're going to be spending a decent amount of time going to classes and doing stuff like that. And I could imagine for a lot of people, like, they will play the game to be a Hogwarts student.
Yeah.
And all that other stuff is sort of just icing on the cake, or sort of like side stuff that they'll get through just to keep being able to play the game.
Do you think we will get a DLC in this game, an expansion DLC, something like that, that is multiplayer? And it allows you to go off with your character? No.
I can't see it, only because they've announced this. I can't remember what they're calling it, but it's like a wave-based mode, right? That is only in the deluxe version of the game, which
I saw
sucks.
I saw your tweet about this, and you had a hot take.
Well, no, I just think that sucks. I think that's a significant part of the game. So it's not a skin. It's not a, it's a full wave-based mode. And one of the big sort of benefits of it is that you can use any spell in it, right? So like you can use all the unforgivable curses. Exactly. Which you won't get to use if you decide that you're going to be a good student at Hogwarts. You can go down that darker path and use those spells, fine. But if you want to play with the sort of full assortment of spells in a place that doesn't affect that story, then this is the place to do that. And yeah, I just think that's kind of shitty to lock that behind a deluxe version of the game.
WB have been interesting. They've been interested in some of their moves they've made. I enjoyed the wave-based stuff in Gotham Knights. Don't think I ever spoke about it actually on the podcast.
I don't think we did talk about it on the pod,
I did play it. I played it with Geeky Cassie, Mr. Midas, and Marcus Bronzy. It was an advertisement that I did on Twitch. So #ad. Take everything I say with a pinch of salt. But I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I can see it getting harder and harder and harder, and builds and things like that needing to be important. But that brings me back to, I was just hoping they would maybe add something like that. Because I saw the tweet about the modes, and I thought, how hard is it to turn that into a multiplayer mode? Probably very hard. Very hard.
Yeah.
But I wondered if it would
Also,
be something they would do.
I think there's a possibility when they were making it with the intention of adding a multiplayer mode down the line, but I just don't think that that's their goal for this game. I think they're just trying to nail an experience and get a product out the door. Because
Yeah,
I think
I think you're right.
like the thing with Gotham Knights, it did have the 2-player co-op.
Mm-hmm.
So expanding that to 4 players when you already have like the main framework probably isn't super difficult. Not to say that it isn't difficult,
Yeah.
but it's definitely easier than sort of taking a single player game and then adding co-op and making that co-op feel good, right? Because
Yeah.
when you look at Halo Infinite, even that game took forever to add co-op when it was made primarily as a single player game for a reason. Because there's stuff like how far can a person get from you? There's a lot of stuff that you have to work through. And a wave-based system, if you're in an arena, makes it easier. But I don't know. I feel like it's
Yeah.
a tough ask.
And optically with that wave-based mode, like if they never talked about it and then a month later went, here's some DLC, give us some extra money for it, I wouldn't have the same opinion about it, I don't think. But like the way that this has been structured and done, I think is a little bit shitty. But it doesn't seem like people are that up in arms about it. Just me. So there we go.
Do we know if there's a way for players to unlock it normally in the game, or is it like an early unlock or something like that, or no clue?
I think you can only play that mode if you buy the digital, or not the digital deluxe, but the deluxe version of the game.
That's crazy.
Seems weird. It does seem very weird to lock a piece of
Maybe it
content
will
like
change.
that behind by paywall. It does seem strange.
Maybe it'll change, and maybe it will be purchasable separately as like a DLC thing or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's my understanding of it right now.
Okay. So Crash, not even on your list, no?
No, the more I've seen of that game, and as it's a J.K. Rowling franchise on top of that, like I can't say that doesn't affect
get
my
it.
opinion on the game.
I respect it.
It's just I'm not really looking forward to that game at all at this point, really.
Yeah.
On top of like, I don't think it's going to be a good game, if I'm going to be honest. I think people will love it because what people have to remember is Gotham Knights. There are people who really love Gotham Knights. I have a friend who it's probably one of his game of the years, which
Yeah.
is.
I wonder who that could be. Well,
I'm gonna start off with Street Fighter 6. I think that's probably one of my most anticipated games. What's with the laugh, Matt?
Well, so you're lagging out quite badly for me, Crash.
Yeah, me
and there's
too.
a lot of delay.
Hello.
And I'm wondering if we switch server or something in the middle of the show.
I'm connect real quick.
you get out of my podcast. All right, I'll talk to Matt. Oh no, Matt, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. There we go. There's 2. There you go. There's 2. Okay, he's back. There's 3. All right, there you go. Have a picture of Crash. Hello, Crash.
Hello.
Hello.
You sound fine now, but it might just be your
Okay.
camera.
Is
So
it
maybe
better?
just leave it off. It's okay. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. You're good. Leave it off for this week. It's
Hello.
No,
No,
this
it's
isn't
still
working.
delayed.
He's
No,
so
you're
far
still
behind
delayed.
us.
You're still delayed. Typical Crash. Go back to bed.
Ooh.
And if you think this is getting edited out, viewer, you've
You're
got
kicking
no
me
chance.
off the podcast. That's crazy.
You've got no chance. No, we can wait for you. I can pause the recording if you want.
Goodbye, guys.
No. So, Crash, what is your first pick for most anticipated game?
Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you played the beta?
What's with the face, Matt? No, I have not played it yet.
Oh.
I want to love fighting games more than I do, and Street Fighter 6 looks really interesting.
Yes. Yes.
And so, like, I'm hoping this is the one to get me in.
I think the story mode alone. I think they are actively. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, and I've seen a couple of trailers now. I've not played the game yet. They have actively shown the story mode twice now, in terms of that is something that gets a casual audience more invested, like me.
Sure.
What they're doing is actually something that interesting enough Mortal Kombat's done for a while now, and not even like just the story and narrative aspect of it, but they make the story mode a lot more gamey, and it'll slowly teach you fighting game mechanics, but it's not really about the fighting game aspect of it to get people into the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, people like learn more about the game if they want to keep playing and whatnot.
So
So there
telling me
is something for the more casual audience.
This story mode is a 7-hour tutorial.
I wouldn't call it a tutorial,
No,
but
I'm taking the
if
piss,
you
to be
wanted
honest.
to,
I'm taking the piss. No, but I get what you mean. It's similar. What game did it? Mario Tennis on the Switch.
Mhm.
That whole story mode is pretty much a tutorial of teaching you how to do a slash shot, how to do a this shot, how to do a that shot, beat this ghost that's going to mimic this. It's like, so So I hope it isn't as full on as that, and I don't expect it to be either. Just so everyone's aware.
Yeah.
But I'd like to actively get good at a fighting game. So if this is the one that gets me in, I'd love that personally, and you would love that even more.
Oh yeah. So then I can beat Fix in the game. Yeah, absolutely. So you're getting a fight stick fix? I saw you called me out. I was gonna respond.
You didn't comment.
I was too sick, but I was gonna respond. I could beat you with the dance pad. But I don't think I could beat you with the dance pad.
I was about to say.
You got
absolutely
enough room
can't.
behind you there, Crash, to get a little dance pad
Oh,
set up in.
I absolutely could not be fixed with a dance pad. I've never done a dance pad thing. I could not. No
Did
way.
you see, Crash, a little bit of a non sequitur, but did you see that girl is playing Elden Ring
Yes,
that.
PS5
that is
and a dance pad at the
crazy.
same time?
No, but isn't she
Wild.
playing Elden Ring and Dark Souls at the same
No.
time?
Elden Ring. Both copies are Elden Ring, fighting the same boss at the same time. So what
Yeah.
she's doing is she's fighting bosses on both the dance pad and the controller.
Oh,
same time.
that's what she. See, okay. This is how you know I didn't really pay attention. I sort of saw the video and was like, "Oh, that's cool." And someone then said, "Oh, she's playing 2 copies of some," and I didn't realize. Oh, that's actually even way more impressive. Well, it's not as impressive,
Well,
but to me,
she's-
it's still impressive.
She's beat all of the Dark Soul games on the dance pad.
Yeah, of course.
Well, of course. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, everybody
So,
does that.
What I mean by that is, as a content creator, she didn't just pop up with this concept for this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was
But,
assuming she's done this previous.
the escalation to play 2 at the same time is just fucking wild.
That's
How
that's
is
fine.
somebody that talented?
Bro, it's not even just the talent number one, yeah. But not only that, it's like clap for the content, because you
Yeah.
gotta go. All right, you know what? This is getting mad boring. Just beating these games, speed running. Like that's Demon Souls. Those type of games are her games, right? These Souls like
Yeah.
games. That's what she does. So to then go, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna beat it on the dance mat while beating it with a controller or mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure what she's doing. And play 2 copies at the same time.
It's mad.
To be fair, I don't think she's playing through the whole game. She's only doing bosses
Either
at
way,
the same
bro.
time, which is
Either
still
way.
crazy.
Either way.
Because, but the sort of intensity of being in that arena with that boss, like, there's nowhere to run, right? Like, you could just
Yeah.
run into a wall with the controller while you do a dance mat bit of it, and then vice, like, that would
But
be
that's-
boring to watch,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I mean, she probably wouldn't do that for the entertainment, like, value of it, but people want to see the boss as well, you know? Like, people don't want to see you
Yeah.
clearing out a town for whatever.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Mad.
I want to see Crash on a dance mat, please.
Beating me up in Street Fighter. No, I'm
yeah.
I can back you on. It's not my most anticipated, but I can definitely back you on that being up there as one of them. It's one of the few times I'm actually like, yeah, I'm actually gonna try and get into this. So
It's also like really a return to form for Street Fighter. For a lot of people, Street Fighter 5 was a little bit dull. It didn't really pick up until towards the end, and I think more so towards the middle. I don't think the end people really loved it. And then also, it's finally on Xbox again.
that's what I was about to say. That's the other part of supporting it as well. Is supporting it on Xbox. I'll probably get it on PC and Xbox, to be honest with you. Just
Is it
because-
like crossplay?
Yeah, it's
We're not
crossplay.
worried about
Yeah.
any of that nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm interested. I hope it gets me, but I don't have a lot of faith that it will.
You didn't like Need for Speed, so we can't trust you, let's be honest.
True.
It's fair.
You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted anymore. I wish you could be, but
I mean,
you
let's be
betrayed my
real. I
trust
never
one too many
could be.
times.
I
True.
never could be trusted.
That's very true. You know what? That's very, very true. All right, number 2. Matt, I'll go to you. What you got for me? Number 2.
You never gave us your
I
number
did.
one,
I
did
said
you?
Harry Potter is my
Oh.
is number 1 of my definitely
Gotcha.
my most anticipated.
I wouldn't. Well, no, I would be surprised actually if it got pushed out of 2023. But I think there is a possibility that it gets pushed out of 2023. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I think has the potential. Like, because when we saw that gameplay, as little of it as we did see, I think we all said like, "Oh, there's some like Sunset Overdrive vibes."
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening here, gameplay wise? And obviously, everybody knows, big superhero guy. Everything they've shown of like kind of the story, the ideas, what they're doing, really cool. Yeah, seeing Batman in the last trailer, really cool. I'm down. Give it
The
to
humor
me
was also on point in the last trailer. I feel like.
for sure. And I think Suicide Squad has a bit of juice in it now as a franchise with the James Gunn film coming out last year.
Overrated.
You think that film's overrated?
That film's not overrated.
I think that film is rated.
Yeah.
I think that film is good. As good as it
I'll be
needed
honest
to
with
be.
you. Since he did what he did to my boy Henry Cavill, I'm not really a fan anymore, to be honest. I'm
Henry Cavill's
keeping
a
it.
I'm with you.
rough few weeks.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm
actually.
being
That movie
deadly
sucked.
serious with you. No, the movie was fine. But how dare you do that to my boy HC? Yeah, I know I'm like that. That's why I call him HC. You know. And it's just
Yeah, you boys.
disgusting.
You
Disgusting.
boys.
Yeah, we build PCs together. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Man,
gonna
if they
change
got
that.
him for that Intel great PC build off thing, that would be fucking insane. wouldn't
Dude,
it?
imagine he's there and he's just like, yo, I
Maybe
know
you're
what I'm doing. He's done it in 2 seconds. I'm just like, Henry, please come over. I need you.
He'd be in season 2, I'm sure. But yeah, so what were we saying? Why were we talking about Henry Cavill? Kill Justice League.
It's Kill Justice League.
Suicide Squad.
It's
I'm
not
excited for it.
it's not my most anticipated, but I'm looking forward to playing. The only thing that worries me about that game is the 4-player co-op. If I'm honest, like
What are you worried about as far as that goes?
I'm worried it isn't going to be as. The problem I always find with those type of games, right, is if you don't play it with 4 people, you don't always get the best experience. Number one,
Sure.
and number two, or if you do play it with people who don't shut the fuck up during cutscenes and talkative moments, which is going to be a lot of the game, is another problem. So it's that opportunity moment of like, oh, this could be really fun, but if I play it with the wrong people, it could totally ruin the experience.
Yeah, that's where you have to find like the right group of people to play it that'll just
Yeah.
like shut up during dialogue. And you're absolutely right. I feel like this will have a lot of banter in between cutscenes as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, they're talking. Can you shut up just so I can hear what they're saying?
Yeah, but you also don't want to be that guy that's like in the Discord call going, shut up, shut
Yeah,
up.
that's where you have a deafen.
Oh,
just definitely-
I know as a streamer, I'm Gucci, but it's like
Yeah.
then other people start going, we're not really playing it together, are we? We just sort of, it's like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, you idiots. What, we playing it?
Yeah.
Don't even bother. I tried to do this with Matt, and look what happened.
We played a good chunk of Gotham Knights together.
Did we finish it though?
No.
No, and now I'm gonna get on
Like,
my
wanna
aeroplane,
finish
and I'm
it?
gonna finish it.
No.
I'm gonna finish it on my Stream Deck or Steam. No, Steam.
Speaking of Gotham Knights, though, Crash, I am willing to concede that I owe you a pizza. And so we'll make that happen.
Wait, what was the pizza?
Batman, that you play as Batman in that game.
Oh yeah, no,
You cannot. There is a mod that you can play as Batman, but I don't
Yeah, well,
think
that
that counts.
yeah, you shouldn't give me that at all.
I will also concede that Matt P, I owe you a pizza.
Well, you've still got. It's the what day is it today? It's the 16th. You've still got.
You got time fix.
You got half a month to get Final Fantasy VII on.
I think what
Xbox.
you need to do is roll up to the Square Enix offices and just really ask them, like, yo, I just need it announced.
He went to a Square Enix party the other day for Crisis Core, and he didn't hold him to the wall against it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's
I thought Fix would have done anything for a pizza, but
All
Exactly.
I'm saying is, if I put my finger across this,
Sure, yeah.
and you don't see the part that says Crisis Core, and I put this finger underneath the part that says Reunite,
Yeah.
it says Final Fantasy VII.
Sure.
But why is Zach on the cover?
Wow.
Limited edition cover, right? Ooh.
Still
very
broken
nice.
everything. Yeah, no. Shout out to Square Enix. Hashtag gifted. But I'm just saying, I said Final Fantasy VII, I didn't say remake, would come to Xbox, and it has. So
No, it hasn't.
I'm thankful for everybody who believed in me. I made it happen.
There it is.
There it is.
There
Look.
it is.
See it? Final Fantasy VII. It come.
I saw
Reunion.
Crisis. I think it's Crisis Core. Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Crisis Core
dyslexic.
is at the very beginning.
It's the wrong game.
Go read it. Go read
Yeah,
it. Damn.
it's ableist.
It's okay. I understand. Like, mistakes happen.
Mistakes happen. Yeah, no, obviously, I think I can concede at this point, Matt, that I owe you a pizza. So, did I win a pizza this year? No.
I don't think so. I
I didn't win nothing.
Yeah.
No pizza? No.
There is another bet somewhere, isn't there? Is it? We have
Crash
another one
will
on for
not.
Hogwarts Legacy, I think.
It was the scoring for Hogwarts Legacy, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I think you're right.
I think Fix said that it would not get above an 8, or Matt said it would not get above an 8. I forget which one of you. I can look that up exactly, but one of you guys said it wouldn't get above an 8.
That sounds
You
like
look
a
it
fix.
up.
That sounds
I
like
think
a
Fix
that
was
sounds
like-
like a me.
I think-
Like this ain't getting above 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's the other way around. I think I was saying
Oh really?
this is going to score low. I think so.
I think
Crash, you look that up while Fixer tells us his second most anticipated game of 2023.
Yeah, my second one would be it's a little game, you might have heard of it, you know, there's a few of them out there. Assassin's Creed Mirage.
ooh,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to finally okay, again preference, blah blah blah, welcome Ubisoft, blah 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 blah, you understand this, hashtag ad, all that rubbish. Anyway. I'm looking forward to actually going through and finishing another Assassin's Creed game again. Because I didn't get to beat
Valhalla.
Valhalla, obviously. I'm gonna end up having to probably watch cutscenes so I can get the full context of what I've missed from Valhalla for this game, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I enjoy Assassin's Creed. The newer games I enjoy them. Obviously, they've said how they're going to be adding stealth a little bit more back into this one, but we've heard that time and time again before, so we take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I think if it comes out, because I don't think we've actually got a release date.
No.
It's probably up there as one of my most anticipated. Yeah.
That's fair.
a little bit update. Fix, you did win a pizza bet at one point.
Ooh.
It was for Warzone having the highest viewership on Twitch. I think we were having an argument about it at one point.
Oh, shit.
Who took
You
that?
and Matt were having an argument. That was Matt.
What an idiot!
So I owe you a pizza and you owe me a pizza, so pizzas are null and void.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
and then the Harry Potter one is Fix bet it'll be at least an 80. Matt bet it won't be an 80
oh, you're
in the
so
first
done.
48 hours.
In the first. Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
it's in the
okay.
first 48 hours.
And it's critic scores, right? Not you.
Yeah,
critics.
critics.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, gotta be.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm happy with my side of that bet for sure.
I'm so happy with my side of that bet, so I'm good.
Alright.
Alright.
I could see it like really being very close either way. I think it will be either like a high 70 or a low 80.
81,
So I
baby.
think it
That's
will
all
be
we need.
close.
81's all we need.
All you need is an 80.
I've got everything between 1 and 79 fix, okay?
We don't see
Odds are in
games
your
getting any ones.
favor.
We don't see any ones anymore. What about you though, Matt? Number 2?
Number 2. How many of these are we doing, by the
3.
way? Sorry, go on.
It's
Okay.
me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Chris. I apologize.
because Matt already
Yes,
did 2.
I'm
You
sorry,
did 2.
You're
Now it's
right,
me.
you're right. You're right.
Skipping me as usual.
Sorry.
This is a game that we didn't know was coming out next year on Xbox until the Game Awards. Blue Protocol. I'm actually very, very excited. MMO. I like MMOs. Anime type game. I like anime type games. This is like right up my alley. I've been having an eye on this game for a while. Yeah, I think this is 100% like a me type of game. Knowing that it's coming to Xbox and it's coming next year has me very, very excited for this game.
Interesting. Yeah, not a me type game, but I do like MMOs. The reason I like MMO, I like them. I don't get to play them often. There's a difference. You know what I also like, Crash? Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't get to watch it or play.
You know,
anymore.
you know what you like, Fix? You like Football Manager. You want to know why you like Football Manager? Because you'll find time to play Football
That's a
Manager.
lie. I haven't played any of this year's new Football Manager.
Really? Have you played last
Wow.
year's Football Manager this year?
No.
Oh,
Really?
wow. You fixed
Shut
this
up.
year.
Shut up, Matt. Jesus, don't give me out. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm starting to doubt your
hell.
statement now, Fix.
Shut up, both of you. Shut up.
If
If I check Steam, you're gonna have no hours.
This year, easy, no hours. Oh wait, what on the new one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
think
on the-
it's
on last year's.
relatively low. Like I look here, I have a look. I've played 55 minutes of Football Manager 23.
Wow. Okay. I'm
It is.
shocked. This
You
was
know?
a GTA RP year.
Last played November 27th.
Fair.
I think that was the day it came out. The beta came out for that. That was the day. So, yeah, man, I've not been not had time for Football Manager. I've not had time for anything. I'm not lying. My next one, I guess, will be my last one, right? Go on, talk to me, Matt.
I was just gonna say, tell me more about Blue Protocol. Why
Ah.
should I be excited, Crash, for Blue Protocol?
I don't know if you should be excited, Matt.
Oh, cool.
'Cause I don't think you're really into MMOs, are you?
No.
Because I can't. If you're not into it is like an action-based MMO. So if you use the bow character, you have to like aim the bow and stuff like that.
Sure.
But if you're not into MMOs, I don't think I can convince you to play an MMO. And I don't think this is the MMO I would play. I would convince you to play.
Sure. It's not that I'm not into MMOs, but it's daunting, it's time consuming, it's all the things. And I'm like, with a lot of MMOs, and I'm sure this maybe will be the same, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the game doesn't really start until you're like max level, and now I'm grinding for gear and stuff, right? And that's like the game.
And
so
Final Fantasy is not like that. I mean,
sure.
That's the one I would recommend for most people to play. Probably, is because Final Fantasy is like all about the narrative for the most part, where the end game is really optional for a lot of people. But I'm not too sure about this game because I don't know what the end game looks like. I don't know what the gearing looks like and all that stuff. So it really depends how it pans out.
If it's like New World, I agree with your statement. Like I played New World, I enjoyed what I played of it, but it was pretty much like, okay, you're trying to get to the end as quickly as possible to actually get to the content that most people, whether you like that content or not, but that most people care about. So, and it's just another Amazon game, so I just put the two and two together and assume it will be similar. Doesn't mean it will be, but I assume.
To be fair, it's just Amazon publishing.
Publishing, I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, doesn't matter. My last one for this little list of what I'm thinking. It's going to be one that surprises people because I talked so much shit about it. But I am actually excited. It's hard. Final Fantasy, I'm a liar. Resident Evil 4. Okay, a game that has this game has so much going for it in terms of from fandom to even like hardcore Resident Evil fans like myself. Like, they have the opportunity to retcon so much because of this game that we didn't like about the previous game, right? Now, it's actually going to be there being super annoying. I imagine so. And as soon as that happens, it's kind of over for me, to be honest with you. Because no one wants to do an escort mission for an entire game.
What if they turned Ashley into more of a Ellie? Not in terms of like character, but in terms
that
of
would be
like...
amazing, but Ashley's not that. Ellie's a badass. Ellie's a pain in the ass. Like, that's like, yeah. But I'm looking forward to Resident Evil. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 4 because we're getting to that point now where the remakes are done. Really? Or are they gonna do 5? And that shit would be bananas. BANANAN. You know?
I hope they do 5.
If they do 5,
really
that'd be nuts, bro. If they remade 5 and remade 6, I'd be like, what? Because then they would literally have then they would literally have retconned like the entire storyline for a whole new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
make better versions of all those. Yeah.
Well, we've got to get 1 again as well.
Yeah.
Imagine 1 now as well, which would be nuts. Remaking 1 now, oh my god, again would be huge.
Yeah, I'm
no nothing. Thanks, boys. Cheers. I appreciate it.
I thought Matt had something to say, to be honest, because he had raised his hand.
What I was gonna say was that would they remake 5 and 6, or would they stay away from that because Chris is a big part of
9?
Yes, too many numbers. Yeah, because Chris is a big part of that, and like 5 and 6 obviously is Chris's story.
We assume.
What do you mean you assume?
It's not confirmed. We don't know.
5 and 6.
No, 9.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. 5 and 6 is Chris's story, right? And so would they not?
Well, is
touch
6
that
like
because
everybody's story?
6 is kind of 3 different stories. Ashley, yeah. Wait, did I say Ashley earlier? No, yeah, it is Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I said Rebecca, not Ashley. So I was about to get heat from the Resident Evil fans. I couldn't take that.
This conversation is almost as confusing, convoluted as the Resident Evil storyline. So
Resident Evil storyline is not convoluted at all. It makes perfect sense. Would you like me to start from the beginning?
No,
please.
There was this virus called the T virus. And no, I'm joking. Yeah, I think for me, Resident Evil, playing through Resident Evil 8 again the other day. Like I was playing through to get to the DLC. Never got to the DLC, by the way. But playing through that again, it was like, oh yeah, this game is actually the first half of that game all the way up to where I stopped is actually a lot of fun. Playing it again through. I definitely like playing those games on PC now compared to playing with a controller, and I didn't realize how much that was going to change the experience.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's 4 is one of those games that can really change what we expect from a Resident Evil game going forward, which is a lot of pressure because it's such an iconic game. But if they get it right, it could really change just everything.
If they get it wrong, do you still trust? Because Capcom had a really good role with 7 and then Remake 2, and it feels like they dropped the ball with Remake 3. And while Village was a good run, do you think people lose some trust in Capcom if
No, because
4
this
ends
is the
up
same
failing?
team that's worked on 2. So
Okay.
unfortunately, the team that worked on 3 was a total different team. They made them in tandem together. So like the whole Mr. X thing.
Yeah.
That was actually supposed to be in 3 for Nemesis. And they saw it and was like, oh, we're taking that for 2.
Okay.
So, and which is also really hard because once you've had 2 and that special moment, the way Nemesis comes about doesn't feel as special. Though it should.
Yeah.
Because Nemesis is a scarier character and a more iconic character in 3 than Mr. X is in 2. So no, I've got a lot of faith in the team that are making 4, and I believe I've got that right. And 3 was always going to be the black sheep of the family. To be honest with you, it's just it always has been. Like it's a great game for people who enjoy it. Even the remake's not bad. It's just so action packed that it leaves you going, well, compared to 2, this is like a total different game. But it is a total different game.
Yeah.
Compared to 2, so it makes sense. 3 was more actiony, so they stayed true to what was there, but it just wasn't what I think most people wanted.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the big question around 4 is: are they going to stay true to that story? Are they going to stay true to those characters? The stuff that we don't like about 4, like most people don't like about 4, are they going to go back and retcon that stuff, or are they going to go, nope, this is the story, and this is what we're going with? We've seen it on both sides now, really, because 3 is very different still. It does stay very true, literally almost very true to the OG 3, where 2 has got crazy moments that didn't happen in OG. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see, to be honest with you. I trust them though. I trust them a lot, to answer your question.
I'm excited for it because like I have a very bad memory of 4. Not like just I don't remember it very well is what I'm saying. Like it could do the exact same story, and I'm still sure some of it would be a surprise to me because I just don't remember it very well.
Pull out your old Wii, mate. Pull out the Wii.
Well, this is it.
play.
So like I played it on GameCube,
Oof.
and then I played like the first half an hour on Wii.
Oh, yeah. That's where it's
And
at.
then I
Was
played
that the
some of it
place to
on
play it?
mobile.
Chip, yeah, it came out on mobile, and then they took it off the store as well.
Yeah.
On a level, Resident Evil 4, the best place to play is on Wii.
That's crazy.
Wild.
I'm interested to play for the first time. Never played Resident Evil 4.
You played 2 though, right?
I played 2 remake. I didn't
Yeah, that's
play
what I
the
mean.
original
That's what I mean. 2. That's
Yeah.
2 remake. You didn't play 3.
No. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't play 3 because of you. Because you were very not into it, so I was like, it fixes.
I mean, if I'm not into it, then it ain't worth playing.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it, to be honest.
You might have though, because if you like action games, you'd have liked it a little bit more.
I don't know if I would like Resident Evil style of gameplay in an action game type of setting.
Okay. Okay.
Unless it's Chris punching boulders, I don't care for it.
Bro, that's why 5 has to get remade though. Because that moment,
If they remake
if they
it,
can
best
put that
moment has to be
moment-
in it.
But dude, imagine, yeah? Just imagine this, yeah? Forget the rest of the story. Imagine the story changes and Wesker stabs Chris with the Ouroboros virus. And that's why he has the strength to punch the boulder. But then he gets a vaccine.
That's what I'm
Sure.
waiting for.
At
If they
least
don't
no,
do
but at
that,
least that would make more sense.
yeah.
And Crash, Billy gives him the vaccine.
Oh damn! Oh
Let's
damn!
go, Billy.
They brought Billy back. What's he doing here? But that's the other thing. I could see them remaking 0 and 1 before we get 5, 6.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, five's just like a weird one for a lot of people. With a lot of the stuff they do, the co-op element.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting if they do decide to go that route. I wonder if they'll keep it co-op if they do. It's like a big attractor for that game when it came out. I remember was it
co-op.
being co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun co-op experience. It just wasn't
Yeah.
a Resident Evil experience. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We spoke about a lot of Resident Evil there. Thank you. I appreciate you indulging me for at least a whole 10, 20 minutes there. So thank you. Who's next?
I've got my last one, I
Hit me.
think. And it's hard because there are a few I would want to put in this slot to talk about. And like looking at like quite a long list right now, it's going to be a good year next year, guys. It's
Yes.
going to be a good year for
If
games.
stuff
I
doesn't
agree.
get delayed.
If stuff doesn't.
June's gonna be packed. Stuff in June's gonna get delayed.
Sure.
Something's gonna get pushed to the end of the year, and then something's gonna be like at the end of the year. It's gonna be like, well, I can't release this year now. Stuff's gonna get delayed until next year for sure.
Of course,
Agree.
it always will. It always will. But yeah, like Lies of P, Redfall, very excited for all those. But the one that's in the slot is Starfield. Come on, Xbox. It's time. We need the big AAA from Bethesda. Give it to me. Is that face?
I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good. Like,
Me too.
the
You-
more and more and more I think about those Infinity Planets, and the more and more and more I get worried.
The tough thing about Starfield is gonna be Bethesda's been able to get away with a lot of clunkiness and bugginess in their games off of IP with Fallout,
Sure.
and Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, and off of the back of, oh, but it's a Bethesda game.
Yeah,
It's no
But now,
longer
like-
just a Bethesda game.
it's a Microsoft game. It's an Xbox game, and on top of that, it's a completely new franchise. People don't they expect it to be new, better. It's I think running on either a partially reworked engine or a completely new engine. I forget which one it is.
Yeah.
This is the time for Bethesda to show like, hey, we can level up our games and make cleaner and more polished games. Of course, open world games are always going to have that bugginess and a little bit of clunkiness, which I think is fine. It's what you get when you get an open world game. But will it be to the level that past games have been, and how much will people scrutinize it for that?
Well,
Sure.
this game's gonna be under a microscope just because it's an Xbox game. That's what I think we forget. Like, it's gonna be compared. It shouldn't be, but it's going to be compared to a Last of Us. It's going to be compared to a God of War. It's going to be compared to totally different games. It's unfair to compare them, but because they're exclusive to a platform holder, that's why it's going to get compared.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't
Yeah.
reach that level, that's when there's problems.
I think unfortunately, if Xbox had more big titles out that were successful, I think this would have been absolutely fine because there wouldn't be no reason to scrutinize it to that level. But right now, especially like critics are looking like, what is Xbox doing? This is their next big game. This and Redfall are both going to be under a lot of scrutiny when they release.
Of course.
Redfall. Damn. Looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. That's it. I was looking at this list, and there's loads I'm looking forward to. The thing that I'm concerned about, I guess, with Starfield, or maybe not, but is the shooting mechanics. Like, if you're going to ask me to run around this world for hundreds of hours, there's no doubt in my mind you can do the story, you can do the side quests, you can do the characters that I want to interact with. Like, Bethesda have got that down pat, but they've never made a game that's felt fun to shoot in. Like, I've always defaulted in Fallout to mostly being a melee character, and that doesn't really feel like an option in Starfield. Maybe it is, but they haven't shown off that much stuff in regards to that. And so, yeah, like that's the reason VATS is in Fallout, right? Because they're like, ugh,
Yeah.
shooting's rough. Why don't you just pause the game and tell us what you want to shoot? So, yeah, hoping they've stepped that aspect of their games up.
Crash.
My third one, people might hate me because it's not coming to Xbox, but I can't not say it. Final Fantasy 16.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
excited for that game.
Yeah.
Matt, you joked about us predicting what game of the year is going to be. I think this has a very good chance at being game of the year. I think all the
Really?
pieces are there. Yeah, I think you have Devil May Cry, 5's combat director, Yoshi P, who constantly praised for his narratives, is heading the game. I think this game has a very, very good chance. But next year is a packed year, so I do think it'll be tough. But I think this game has a chance to be up in that conversation for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be top 3. I think it'll be in a lot of people's top 3, 100%. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely a game I'm looking forward to. Again, it sucks. Is it coming to PC? Or is that
I
like
don't
it's
think
we don't,
so.
we don't yeah, okay,
I'll check right
have to turn it on
now.
the PS5 then, it's not a problem. But yeah, it's one of those games I'm just like, oh man, it's just I know where I want to play it, you know? I know where I'd rather play this. Especially considering I played 15 over there as well on Xbox, and it was like, yeah, this was a moment. So it's what it is.
Have you jumped into Crisis Core yet?
No, I have not. I'm saving it for the aeroplane.
I've heard a lot of really good things about Crisis Core's combat. That it's a huge improvement over the original.
Can't wait. I actually can't wait. Like, it's like, so I've been waiting to get a code, and like I was like, Square, like, where's it at? They're like, don't worry, we got you. I was like, all right, cool. And then I got the code come through, and then I was like, do I want to stream this? And obviously I've been doing GTA stuff, so I was like, oh, do you know what? Let me not stream it right now. Now is not the right time. And then I saw a video on Twitter. I actually commented on it, so you might have seen this. People listening or watching. And it was someone playing it on Stream Deck, and it was like frame rate steady, everything's working, and I was like, I'm playing this on the plane. I got a 10-hour flight. Yes, 10 hours of just pure playing this, AirPods in, getting into that story and learning. I'm in. I'm in. And if it doesn't click, coming home, streaming it, making sure Dean Spawn's there to talk me through it again. Yeah, I'm ready.
Love that.
So yeah, really looking forward to it. You played it, Crash?
No, I've been sick. I literally I'll have one game to talk about that I played this week.
If we even get there, we'll see.
If we even get there.
Yeah, well, no,
We
we're
need
gonna
to get there.
We're gonna
We
get
need
there.
to
now.
get
We're
there.
gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We have to. A game came out that we all care about. So anyway, that's our most anticipated games for next year. We'll get there now, shall we? Okay. Let's just make this very clear. Xbox finally got a game,
They did it.
and then they didn't talk about it. What is going on with the marketing on High on Life? It's out. They're not screaming about it. They're not shouting about it. It got very good reviews. Like,
I've seen a lot of tweets for it.
I tell you what, the good thing about this game is the game is talking for itself. No pun
Yes.
intended. Like,
Yes.
literally, my TikTok is just moment, and it's unfortunate because I've had it spoiled for me. But hey, that's my fault. I've not played it yet. But the game is speaking for itself, literally.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's like part of the strategy of them going like the people who know and give a shit about Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty, they know this game's there. They're like it's not family friendly, like, you know, and so like how much do they want to push that? I don't know. But it seems a little odd that, you know, they didn't even like have like an ad in the Game Awards or whatever to be like, this game's out in 3 days or 4
That's
days, whatever it was.
nuts.
So like it feels like a little bit of naughty stepchild that they don't want to talk about or whatever.
Well, you've played it, so talk to me. How is it?
I have played it. I reckon I'm probably 5 hours in maybe.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And yeah, I am loving it. It is exactly what you expect it to be. Like, if you've watched an episode of Rick and Morty, it is that with guns and like, yeah, it feels like a Rick and Morty episode.
Amazing.
Maybe it should have been a Rick and Morty game.
No,
Like-
I disagree. I feel like I like Rick and Morty as a TV show. I don't think I would have cared about a game, if I'm honest. I'm way more interested in, because now they've created a whole new universe. You know, this is probably done well. Xbox will commission. Well, we'll say to them, hey, this did well. Let's greenlight the sequel ASAP. I'm seeing like the game time to beat is like 15 hours and stuff. So that's like, I'm like, yes, more experiences like this on Game Pass. Yes.
I think if you run through it, I've
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard 8 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, like every conversation you get into, I'm like, I want to stick this out. Like even like passing people on the street, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand in there for 5 minutes and listen to this conversation because it's mad. Pass the TV on the street and it's an ad for some politician or mothers against violence, and then you walk around the corner, there's an ad for mothers for violence. Like just all crazy bullshit like that. It's really funny. It's good. It's good.
I played High on Life as well.
Oh.
I would have enjoyed it if it was a TV show. I think a lot of the humor draws out a little bit too much. I'm only 2 hours in. I played it when I first started getting sick as well, so I need to jump into it after I'm sick with like a clear head to see if my opinion changes on it. I thought the gameplay was fine. I don't think the gameplay is that special. I think you're there for the humor, and if the humor hits you, I think you'll enjoy the experience. For me, it was a sort of experience where like the good thing about Rick and Morty is it's like a 20-minute episode or something like that. This is supposed to be a 15-hour game. I don't know how long it could keep up the humor and keep me interested because it throws a lot of jokes at you almost consistently. And for me, after the first half hour, those jokes stopped hitting.
I can understand that. Like obviously, when you've got a comedy game, it lives or dies on its comedy and your sense of humor. Like there will be people who don't like South Park's sense of humor.
I love it.
Those games are phenomenal. Like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? And so like,
Yep.
and I do understand what you're saying about the gameplay in the sense that like it's very unremarkable. It's very fine. There are some abilities and guns that you get that I do think make it significantly more fun than the opening sort of hour, 2 hours. But yeah, like as far as like the shooting mechanics and stuff go, it's fine. Like it's better than a Bethesda shooter, like that, you know. So
How much better than a Bethesda shooter is it? I don't think it's that much. I would not say significantly.
Well, okay.
Personally.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it personally. I mean, it's one that I like Rick and Morty. I like South Park. I like humorous games.
I
Yeah.
loved South Park. I thought South Park. I only played Stick of Truth. I didn't play Fractured Butthole, but I loved Stick of Truth.
Oh, so good. Go back and play it.
I thought
They're
Stick of
both
Truth
phenomenal.
was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you though. You're right. You live and die by what if you find things funny. I think for me, a game where I can just turn my brain off and not think for 8 to 10 hours, 15 hours, whatever it is sort of like, yeah, I'm about that. And again, the shooting mechanics doesn't need to be remarkable, and I just want something that's gonna. It's very much like As Dusk Falls when I was playing that. It's like I'm in the mood for you to tell me your story, so I sit down and I play that. Like,
and to be fair, I was just like starting to get sick when I played the game, so 100% like the sickness could have absolutely like tainted that experience for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is why I put it down and I haven't gone back to it, and it's why I didn't play Crisis Core or anything. I haven't played any games because I don't want those experiences to be ruined. Maybe when I jump back into it, I do have a different opinion on it, and maybe also when I unlock some more abilities and stuff like that. But I will say, I'm kind of tired of games having certain abilities tied that you have to play like 2 or 3 hours to unlock that sort of make everything click together. And I don't know if that's the case with this, but I know it was in Sunset Overdrive, and it happens in games where it's like, we'll unlock this ability and then the traversal becomes good.
Gotham Knights, well, and even that is questionable good with yeah.
So I kind of like, if those mechanics are there and those make traveling that world feel good, just give them to me in the opening half hour or whatever, or the first time I'm out in the open world or something like that. Don't make me play to unlock it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like, you know, Spider-Man is a good example of just being like phenomenal from the off, right? Like it's giving you a lot of stuff to get your head around, but we're capable. like we are gamers, like we are capable of figuring this out. You don't have to drip feed me this over 5 hours. Because yeah, there are traversal abilities that I still have not unlocked in High on Life 5 hours in. Now you can you basically buy them from a shop, and so you can, you know, decide you're going to spend all of your money on those abilities that will get you there quickly, and then your guns aren't as, you know, you haven't got a big magazine in your gun or whatever. You know, that's not how those guns work, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so there are I guess like ways around that potentially. But I totally agree with you. Like, give me all of the things at the start. Like, I'll figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, should I play this?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think I don't like Borderlands for a reason. Like the humor, it's over humorous, and the humor doesn't hit for me. You like Borderlands, I think there's a good chance you'll probably like this.
Okay.
But you don't really watch Rick and Morty, right?
No, I do. I
Oh,
watched it.
I watched
Oh,
Rick
you
and
do?
Morty.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I've
cool.
watched it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, the sense of humor is like so that like
Yeah,
like characters will shout over each other
Yeah,
constantly,
Cool.
and like like the
Yeah.
voice acting is people stumbling over what they're saying, and like very. The main gun sounds exactly like Morty, and essentially has the same personality as Morty in the show and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it is very much that
Yeah.
thing. So if that's not your thing, you will not like this game. But hey, I like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What have I been playing? I haven't played anything. I will announce here. Crash has mentioned it a couple of times. I did get whitelisted finally on the NoPixel GTA roleplay server. Thank you. So you will officially stop hearing me bitching about roleplay on this podcast. And yeah, I mean, it should. I know it probably sounds weird to people that what I'm about to say, but now that I've achieved what I've been trying to achieve, it should open me up to be able to play so much more. It's been a long year. It's been a long year of trying to get to this moment. Not only that, I got a golden ticket as well. For those people who don't know what that is, it means I can go on the server whenever I want, no queue times and stuff. So, yeah, before me and Crash were talking about it, I was like, oh, I'm going to have all this time because I'm going to be queuing for like hours. No, I just need to make the time. I can roleplay when I want. I can play other games when I want. And I've achieved what I've been trying to achieve. So, yeah, man, I'm excited about roleplay, but I'm also excited to get back to streaming other games that are not roleplay as well. So, yeah, man, but I did it. Well, what I've been playing though, yeah, it's been strictly roleplay, unfortunately. I'm not even unfortunately, I've been enjoying it. I'm on the whitelist and things have already progressed in like the best ways possible. So for my career,
Amazing.
It's moved forward tenfold. Like just being on this server, which is nuts. So
And you already released a new song.
I did. I released a diss track on the NoPixel Music Awards because my character won the awards, but they decided to say it was a 5-way tie. And my character, he didn't take too lightly to that. So go check it out on Spotify if you haven't already. Anything else we've been playing, boys, that we haven't mentioned yet?
So I was playing, I think I mentioned this last week, Vampire Survivors through the cloud.
Yeah.
I should mention as well, I got a Samsung TV, and so I've been playing through the cloud a lot. And so I've been switching between that in the bedroom and High on Life on the Series X.
I bet your girlfriend's
living
real
room.
happy. I meant fiance. I apologize.
She's chuffed. She's very much chuffed. And she's not a fan of Rick and Morty either. And so hearing those characters talk for her is just like, fucking make this shut up. So yeah, she's having a great time doing it. But what I would say is like, so I started Pentiment as well on cloud, which is very easy. Vampire Survivors and Pentiment, very good and easy on the cloud. High on Life struggling a little bit. First person shooters.
Shocker.
I mean, we always knew it was not going to be the one, right? But like, yeah, obviously not as fantastic. But yes, so Pentiment and Vampire Survivors have been my other two. But then, of course, Vampire Survivors just came to mobile as well, so I'm playing a lot on there as well. So
Is it that good?
it's very addictive. I mean, like now it's on my phone and it's like vertical on the phone. They've done like a really good job of implementing it onto the phone. It's free. The ads are optional. So basically, if you die, you can watch an ad to respawn, which is like a really expensive perk that you need to buy in the game eventually. And that's the only monetization
So is
that I
there
can
not
see in
that
it.
perk now?
I don't know if the perk exists in the mobile game or not. It's like the perk is like you get an extra life basically, but you have to save up for a long time to be able to buy it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's probably still in there, and then you just get like 2 or something. I don't know. I've never watched an ad because I'm like, fuck that. And it's not the point of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, the point of the game is like 1 life are dead, I guess, unless you buy the perk. But it's very good, is my point, so play it. But also, Pentiment. bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you love to hear about a game.
Love
Bit
that.
weird, isn't it?
10 out of 10
Bit
game,
weird,
by the
isn't
way.
it?
10 out of 10 this game got.
It's yeah. I'm not seeing that. I'm 2 hours in. It's very what am I trying to say? It is dense. It is like there's so much going on and people are saying stuff and then it will like highlight a word if it thinks you don't know what that word means. And guess what? I don't fucking know what that word means. So then you have to like go into a glossary, but it doesn't just tell you the definition of the word. You have to like zoom in on the page where the definition of the word is. And I'm like, so much reading. But I found in the accessibility menu, you can turn on the like accessibility thing that just reads everything to you. So it's just like Microsoft Dave or whatever, you know, like the robot voice going like da 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 da. But it works pretty well. And like it's kind of annoying because it will read everything. So it'll
That's
read like
the problem.
when you walk past the door and it's like, hey, do you want to go into this door? It's the garden or whatever. It'll go garden. And I'm like, okay, I don't need that. And it'll say everybody's name as well, like as they're doing their thing. So it's like the player character says this, which is kind of annoying. But it's good that it's got the accessibility feature and it's helping me. Like I would not go back to the game after 2 hours playing if I was having to read everything. My reading speed is way too slow with dyslexia and stuff, and it would have just killed it for me. But yeah,
are you planning on going back?
Definitely. I'm definitely going to go back because I think I
what
am
are you
enjoying.
Doing?
So you are a illustrator that works essentially like before the printing press is developed, and so you are copying books, illustrations, and stuff. But at the moment, I've kind of just discovering this town, like learning about the people in this town, and like who the player character is, and stuff like that, and the background. Yeah, I guess I don't know what the hook of the game is yet, 2 hours in, other than go to work and talk to people.
Okay.
There's no real story yet that I've found that's grabbed me.
So too early to tell if it'll be in your top 10 list.
I think so. But like I say, like if it's a really interesting game. What I'm hoping is that it hooks me in the same way Valiant Hearts did. Like before Valiant Hearts, the idea of playing a game and picking up collectibles that I would then read and it would teach me about the history of World War One. I would never have done that. Like I would have just played through the World War One game, shooting stuff and not caring.
Yeah.
But Valiant Hearts did hook me in that like this is like an educational game, like for me. Like I'm learning a lot playing this game. That's kind of what I hope this does. And it's very like historical, religious elements to it. So yeah.
Okay.
Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
I'm not playing it. I was gonna give it a try just because. No, that none of that appeals to me in any way, shape, or form.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
I understand.
It's weird. Anything else, Wes, before we get into some questions real fast? Nope. Okie dokie. We'll do a couple of questions, then we're going to run off. First question here says, Dear Crash, Matt, Haley, and Fix. I don't know how she gets mentioned. I hope you are all well. I'm mad. I was wondering whether you'd ever consider trying to predict in the order of each other's Game of the Year lists. You can pre-record your guesses to lock them in before making your usual prediction content, then play back for our entertainment. Also, alongside this, we could also include a prediction game around the community voted Game of the Year list. I am the commissioner with the pioneer experience of delivering bonus points, and ready/willing to humbly serve the My Xbox and Me community. Your commissioner in waiting, Orange and Cookie Man. Thank you. We do appreciate it. I'm down for that, to be fair. I think that's actually quite a good idea. I like the idea. I don't know about pre-recording them, but I like the idea of maybe writing them down on a piece of paper and showing it or something to the audience for our top 10. And we literally just go off based off what we remember from throughout the entire year to see if we get a single one right, which I don't think we do. Well, Game of the Year probably, but that's about it.
Maybe the best way to do this, and we can spitball it offline, I suppose. But like, I was thinking maybe if I predict Crash's, Crash predicts yours, you predict mine, and then as we're going through our top 10 list, you can be like, oh yeah, I got that one right. Matt
Bingo!
said this for number 8. Exactly, bingo.
Interesting.
Maybe
I
that's
kind of
good.
like I like the concept, but I want to wrap both of your lists.
okay.
So whoever gets the most points at the end
Yeah.
is owed a pizza.
Oh, I like it.
And we only get points if we get it in the right spot.
It has to be in the right
it has
spot.
to be in
It
the
can't
right
just
spot.
be-
Yeah, it has to be the right
So
spot.
if I say Fixer's putting Pentiment in at number 7 and it's
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
8,
you get
I'm
nothing.
Fix
getting
has two
You get
easy
nothing.
points with you, me and you, Matt. Fix got
yeah,
two
exactly,
easy
exactly,
points.
Exactly.
I think you got an easy point with me as well.
What?
Spoilers: Elden Ring is the game of the year this year. Though I do
For
not.
you?
From
For
a
your
game,
list?
from a game point of view, yes. It doesn't mean it's gonna be on my list, but yeah,
That's
Well,
what
we're
we're saying. We're
predicting
guessing
your
your
list.
list.
on my list. I have to wait and see.
Don't, well, yeah,
moving
exactly.
on.
No,
We're
easy
gonna predict it, don't tell
predictions.
us.
moving on. Let's go to Yami, who says, now that we've heard about the Xbox deal to bring COD to Nintendo, if the deal goes through with Activision Blizzard, what do you think the game will look like? Will it be streaming only, a port of the mobile version, or a whole new COD experience, like what they did back in the day for PSP, Vita, and DS? It's a great question.
Great question.
I imagine streaming is definitely going to be a conversation for Nintendo and Xbox. Nintendo have already got some sort of streaming thing that they do.
Yeah, they stream a lot of their games already.
Yeah, like Resident Evil
Something
8 on
got
7 and 8
announced.
's on there.
I think more Resident Evil games got announced or something like that as well recently that they're being streamed to. They're now available for streaming on Switch.
Yeah. So I can definitely see a COD being streamed in the works. I just think Xbox need good relationships with Nintendo and all these companies, so I think they will probably bend over a little bit more than they would previously. Like I could see them doing something with Warzone being like, it's on Switch. Does it run very well? No, but it's on Switch. Like we've put the resources in to do it.
Apex Legends is on there.
And it's terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Terrible.
What I was going to say about the streaming thing as well is like, it's just good for Xbox because potentially what they do is they say we'll put Xbox Cloud Gaming onto the Switch, so you
That's not
launch
gonna
that
happen.
app.
That's not happening.
Well, maybe they don't have a choice. I don't know. I mean, it sounds
course
like
they
they've
have a
already had the
choice.
Wait,
conversation.
who doesn't have a choice? Nintendo doesn't want that.
I know Nintendo doesn't want that, but like if they're saying, well, we made this deal for 10 years, this is what it is, this is the only way to do it.
No, but it's not the only way to do it.
Nintendo
the
will
only-
say no.
No.
Like Nintendo is one of like the most hard-headed companies ever. They will say no
I
to
agree.
that.
I agree.
Even if it is even if there's a deal that is completely in benefit to them, they just don't like the deal. They're like, no, I don't want it.
Bro, they,
Yeah, no, I
they
think-
killed
I
a
think you're right.
fighting game. They've killed like the Smash tournaments lately.
Yeah.
Just because they're like, nah. A
Yeah,
week before the
Nintendo.
tournament, just nah.
Bastards. But yes, my point is, I think it's likely to be streaming. Maybe they do both. Maybe they put the mobile app on as well. Why not?
That's actually a good chat. The fucking mobile game.
Yeah.
The mobile game.
Putting
Yeah,
that on
so
Switch would actually be very cool. Because I was thinking,
Yami mentioned it, but yeah.
oh, okay. I don't want the main Call of Duty games being made on Switch. Like that's absolutely like no, thank you. That shouldn't happen. As long if it's not streaming, because you have
Yeah.
to remember these games have to be made universally. If it's streaming, you can just they do what they do with streaming.
Yeah.
The mobile game though, that's actually not a bad idea. I don't know how it would work because I don't know how monetization works for the mobile game, and I don't know what Nintendo's requirements are for monetization type of stuff on their platform.
Because I tweeted out, maybe there'll be a mobile port. Like we'll see that. And somebody, I can't remember who, so forgive me for that, but somebody said I play the mobile game all the time, like with a controller. I'm guessing like a Kishi or just hooking
Yeah.
a controller up to your phone like you can, which I hadn't even considered. Obvious, like I never think to play mobile games on the Kishi for some reason. I'm just like it's just my cloud streaming thing, which is silly. But yeah, like people love those fucking games, right? So like, could definitely see it happening. And everybody loves money.
They're not getting a
That's
full
true.
version. I don't think Xbox would do that to them at the end of the day. I can see them doing whatever they can make work, I can see them doing just to play ball with Nintendo. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
Agree.
So, guys, we're going to leave it there. I've got to go catch a flight in a few hours. So thank you all for watching. If you don't know, I am heading off to America. I'm back to Texas for Christmas. So I'll be gone for a few weeks. So you will get an episode next week, which is Christmas week. We've already pre-recorded it. I know. Boo. It's a really good episode, though. We have a lot of fun on it. So go and enjoy that one. Let's plug, get yourself out of here. Matt, what you got to plug this week, my guy?
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the bell. We do so much now, sort of visually, like all the gags and stuff, and showing off cool shit that Fixers gets. And he's chilling out for Marvel Midnight Suns this week. You wouldn't know unless you were watching the YouTube video. So you should go watch the YouTube video.
You would have missed. You're chilling out. It's okay. You would have missed Matt's tinfoil hat. What was it, last week? Before last week?
A couple of weeks ago, yeah. It's here it is.
No, why did you break it?
It had to go.
The room is quite messy at the moment. Here's a little peek into the life of Matt P. The room's quite messy at the moment. Emma was working in here from home today, and I came in. I'm a bit hungover. I was like, "Oh God, this place is such a mess." She's like, "It's some of your mess as well." And I was like, "What in here is my mess?" And she went, "There's a fucking tinfoil hat over in the corner." I was like, "Okay, fair enough. Fair enough."
How dare she? How dare she? That was our tinfoil hat. Crash, what you got to plug?
Keep a lookout on the socials and the YouTube stuff going into the new year. We have a lot of stuff planned. I don't think we'll end up hitting all of it right away.
It'll
but
be the entirety of January, I imagine. We'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for all that stuff.
Cool. Yeah, again, I'm going to be in America for the next couple of weeks, so follow me on my socials at MCFixer to see where I'm staying, you know. I might do some Instagram stories as well, so follow me on there. I'm not riding a horse this time unless Haley's auntie forces me to, so let's hope she doesn't force me to. And also, you know, keep it locked for my Christmas Day jumper, because, yeah, I've got one of those. Not my Intel one, by the way. I'm not going and taking my Intel one, so just so everyone's aware. Only because it didn't fit. I totally would have been like, yo, you want to do a Christmas post, Intel? You want to send me that bag? I'll do hashtag add on this Christmas dinner, baby. Yeah, keep supporting the podcast. Keep supporting what we're doing. Make sure you stay locked everywhere. And until next time, we will love you, leave you. See you all later. Keep it amazing. And good boys.
Merry Christmas.
Boy.